There is no man who truly wants sex and intimacy back in his marriage who hasn't tried so many things to bring it back. And no matter what you do, the goalpost just keeps moving. She says the mental load is too much, you take things off her plate. She says she's too tired, you bring it up earlier in the evening. She says she's touched out, so you've even tried pulling away. And still, nothing changes. So, what actually brings intimacy back? I am Lindsay. This is Loving with Intention. Let's dive in because what I'm about to share might not be far off from what you've already tried, but sex returning looks way different than what you probably expect. And that's usually exactly where the problem lies. You have heard it before. The biggest thing you can do is increase emotional safety. Women need this to feel open and to be interested in having sex. So you give her more appreciation, you change your tone, you take on more of the routine tasks, you even speak her love language, and still you don't see change. So you end up saying to yourself, this doesn't work. Not in my marriage, not with my wife. And then it feels completely hopeless, like your only options are to just accept it and be miserable or leave. Here is what I think is missing when it comes to the advice out there about bringing intimacy back. No one is telling you what to look for, so most men are looking for the wrong signal that sex and intimacy are coming back. And it's not your fault. How would you know what to look for if no one is telling you? So, of course, there's like a bajillion ways to increase emotional safety. I know that you've tried many of them. I really want to lay out what this can look like. You give appreciation genuinely, without expectation, for weeks, and you don't see her being more open to touch. So you conclude this is pointless. You work on your anger. Say that you have like genuinely changed. You barely raise your voice anymore, but she is still completely shut down. You take on so many of the day-to-day tasks on top of working, and still she's making excuses. The problem isn't that what you're doing isn't changing things. The problem is that you're doing the thing and then looking for sex to tell you if it's working. And when you don't see that, you throw in the towel, back to square one. Understandably, it sucks to be the only one doing the work and still feeling like the bad guy for wanting something that's actually a beautiful part of marriage. The thing is, when you give up, that almost guarantees that nothing is going to change. So, what should you actually be looking for? It is the more subtle things like she's less irritable with you, some playfulness comes back, she starts accepting your offers to help do things when before she would just say she would do it herself. She sits closer on the couch. Maybe she's not right next to you, but she's closer. She starts sharing things about her day. You have a conversation that would have totally gone sideways in the past, but you both stay pretty chill. She puts down her phone when you talk to her. And maybe, even more importantly, perhaps, how are you changing? Maybe you don't feel dread walking through the door anymore. Maybe you wake up feeling more positive and you can't quite put your finger on why. You're less bothered by things that used to get to you. Notice how none of that was about sex. This matters so much. And if you want to go even deeper, side note on exactly what to look for and how to create the conditions to change things, I have a free live workshop coming up called Before the Bedroom. Comment bedroom below. I will share the link with you to sign up. But keep watching because I want to make it super clear for you in this video. If sex and intimacy has been an issue for years, it's not just going to come flooding back in a few weeks, sometimes not even in a few months. If you're reflecting right now and you're thinking, I wasn't seeing any of those subtle things you just mentioned when I was putting in the effort, there's a really good chance that they actually were happening. You just didn't know what to look for, so you missed them entirely. I will tell you a quick story. When I first started watching my husband play volleyball, I would watch the whole game and I would completely misread what was happening. And then afterwards we would talk about it. I would have a completely different breakdown of the game than he had. And I was quite confident in what I was saying. My incorrect breakdown wasn't because I wasn't paying attention. I totally was. I was locked in. I just didn't know what mattered yet. When he started explaining the game to me, I started seeing things that I had been missing the whole time that then seemed pretty obvious. And that's what happens in marriages. It is not that nothing is changing. You just haven't been told what to look for until now. One of the men that I work with said to me, I know it took years to get here. I know it's not going to change overnight. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is exactly the right mindset. This isn't about tolerating a bad marriage a little bit longer. It's about shifting the current pattern and opening the door to what's actually possible. We never, ever know what's possible until we create new conditions for it. After my husband and I got back together after our breakup years ago when we were dating, All I knew was I wanted a better relationship. I had no idea that hiring a relationship coach would eventually lead to me leaving my full time career as a registered nurse to support people in their marriages because our relationship changed so much. I had no idea. I would have told you that was crazy talk if you told me that 8 years ago. And my point in sharing this is one small change opened the door to the next, to the next, to the next. It created a snowball effect and led to places that I never could have imagined were possible in our relationship and in my life. So it starts with knowing what you're actually looking for. And now you do. If you want to get so clear on how to create this new energy in your marriage that opens these doors and know what to look for along the way so you can keep the momentum and keep the snowball rolling, come to the free workshop before the bedroom. I would love to have you there. Just comment bedroom for that. And if you're watching this after May 26th, 2026, the workshop is over, but grab my free roadmap in the description because it is a great starting point. You have so got this, and you can check out the video on the screen to see 7 desire killers. These are major, and if you're doing any of those, that is such a great place to start to shift. I am sending so much love into your day, and just remember that nothing changes if nothing changes. So let us have a super intentional week. Bye.